Welcome, future lecturers. Today, we're diving into some vital tips and strategies to help you shine in your upcoming job interview. From showcasing your innovative teaching methods to handling student diversity, we've got you covered. Let's jump right in with that first key question. Can you think of a time when you brought a fresh, innovative approach to your teaching methods? What was the result? This question helps interviewers see how creative and adaptable you are in your teaching practices. Here are some pointers to help you craft your answer. Share a specific teaching strategy that was a break from the norm. Set the scene by describing the course and students involved. Explain the tools or technology you used to implement this method. Talk about how your students reacted and what they learned. Reflect on the broader impact this had on your teaching and their success. Let's look at an example. Answer to see how you might structure your response.
In my business management class, I tried out a flipped classroom model where students watched lectures at home, which then freed up our class time for hands-on problem solving. The result was terrific. Student engagement soared, and their test scores improved by 20%.
By the way, we're only covering a handful of questions in this video, but I've prepared a free PDF with all 30 top interview questions for lecturer. It also includes example answers and tips to help you prepare with confidence. The download link is just below. Tell us about a time you teamed up with other faculty members to enhance the learning experience for your students. Interviewers want to know how well you collaborate to boost educational outcomes. Here's how you can approach this question. Think of a project or initiative that involved teamwork. Describe the roles each faculty member played. Highlight the impact this collaboration had on student learning. Use specific details to bring your example to life. Wrap up with what you learned or future plans. Here's an example of how you might answer.
In our department, I worked with two colleagues to revamp the introductory management course. We added experiential learning projects where students collaborated with local businesses. This not only boosted student engagement but also enhanced their practical skills and understanding of management.
Can you share an instance when you received constructive feedback on your teaching and how you responded to it? This is all about how you handle feedback and use it for professional growth. Consider these steps when crafting your answer. Pick a specific moment when you received feedback. Describe the feedback clearly and the context around it. Share your initial reaction to the feedback. Explain the actions you took to make improvements. Discuss the positive change this brought to your teaching. Let's go through an example answer to see this in action.
In my previous role, a peer pointed out that my lectures were a bit too theoretical. I took this on board and started adding real-world case studies to my curriculum. The following semester, I noticed a big jump in student engagement, and they reported feeling more connected to the topics.
Imagine a scenario where a student approaches you with evidence of another student cheating on exams. How would you handle it? The goal here is to assess your ability to navigate ethical dilemmas professionally. Here's a guide to help you prepare your response. Listen carefully and validate the student's concerns. Collect all necessary details about the evidence. Maintain confidentiality to protect the reporting student's identity. Adhere to university policies on academic integrity. Consult with relevant authorities or faculty members. Here's a sample response to illustrate.
First, I'd listen to the student fully and understand their concerns. Then, I'd gather all relevant details and reassure them their identity would remain confidential. Following that, I would report the issue as per our university's academic integrity policy to ensure it's handled properly.
How would you approach teaching a class made up of students from diverse cultural backgrounds? This question examines your ability to create an inclusive and effective learning environment. Consider these strategies when formulating your answer. Get to know the cultural backgrounds of your students beforehand. Include diverse perspectives in your course materials and discussions. Encourage students to share their cultural experiences. Be adaptable in your teaching style to meet various learning needs. Foster an inclusive environment where every student feels valued? Here's how you might want to answer this question.
I would begin by learning about my students' cultural backgrounds through surveys or discussions. Then I would select teaching materials that represent diverse viewpoints and invite students to share their experiences. This approach ensures everyone feels included and contributes uniquely to the class.
Before we wrap up, remember you can get all 30 questions, example answers, and step-by-step tips in a handy PDF. Totally free, just grab it below.